to the Sith element.
Look,
I'm gonna rock for a minute.
Yeah, I like
that. Hey man, we haven't done a Sith element. Yeah. We haven't done a Sith element for a while, but I don't care what they say. There will always be a Jedi Order. There will always be a Jedi Order.
Man, they need to bring back the Jedi Order. We really don't have a Jedi Order though.
We don't have a Jedi Order.
Like canonical wise, right now we don't have a Jedi Order,
and we haven't had one for a long time.
Man.
Like we haven't had if you really break it down, literally hasn't been a Jedi Order since Order 66. Right?
Yeah.
And really, like you say, canonically, what are we in just go to the movies? What are we in 40 or 42?
Yeah.
Was it after the Battle of Yavin? So ABY?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Jedi Order has been destroyed again.
And it's only been a couple, man. Well, remember when that blue saber was on? My friend. Hey, the Obi didn't give me what I needed to give me. But he said that my friend has truly died. And that blue saber, and then it was right on Vader's face.
That's why
you didn't kill Anakin. I did, and it turned red. Oh man, ain't nothing like a saber. But it's been an actual while since we've had. Bring it back when I need to make a point. But it's been a little minute since we've had. Even with the Jedi Order, we get one, and that's all we got, right? And we got these little, from what they did before Mando. We about to get in that. Before what they did before Mando, we had, Luke, and he was looking for it, and he started to build his temple. And I don't want to get sad and mad real quick, but he started to build his temple, and we know what happened, right? Based on what they established, but then. We go back with some Mando and Boba Fett. Now we see that he might have been trying to grab Grogu. We see some Rebels where it was there was a couple other Jedi. We got Ahsoka that came back. Was Ahsoka alive? What was going on through the whole time? But we never really fully got an order. Right?
We didn't get it.
We didn't get. Just keep it a buck. We didn't get what we were supposed to get. We started getting what we supposed to get via Mando and Boba Fett. What we got there is what we, and realistically, what we should have started to get, even in the sequel trilogy, right? Even if they wanted to go that route, right? That should have been an episode of 10, 11, and 12. It should have not have happened in 7, 8, 9. But with that being said, man, just real quick, I just saw something. They I just posted a picture because Arrow they flashed last season, so. Arrow and them niggas showing up.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. I think it's only one episode, but they got Stephen Amell, however you pronounce his name. All of them. I had seen that. They had a little teaser the other day about the final season. I'm gonna watch the final season. I'll watch I haven't watched the last couple of years, but I'm gonna watch the final season.
I'm gonna watch the final episode for sure.
I'm gonna watch this episode when they all show back up, when they all together. Because we talked about that earlier with the shared universe, and we were talking about that with the Marvel, for whatever, and it was a blink, it was a flash in the pan. For me personally, that little 3-year pocket of the CW was worth watching, man.
Yeah,
a 3-year window.
Yeah,
that it was oh, okay. I remember being at work. This is before pandemic, being at work, and I'm talking with people about it. Man, people was watching that. People I knew, so it probably wasn't a lot of people, but that was a nice little run they had.
Good run, bro.
A couple years of Arrow, first couple years of Flash.
Remember discovering Arrow for the first time, bro?
Yeah.
Man, he was you have failed this city. When he was working that first season, bro, he was killing people. He was killing people. This nigga. And then they got the backstory with the island, man. He was who's the villain the first season? Was it Deathstroke?
No, it was Deathstroke was season 2.
He was season 2, and that was a great season.
It was a beautiful season. Who was the villain of season 1? He ended it off with
because he kind of peaked, I think, with Ra's al Ghul. Felt like.
What was Ra's al number? Was he season 1?
Ra's al was probably season 5. Nah, Ra's al was late in the game. He probably was 7.
See, they had a misstep in season 3 with where they gave him he was a good villain. He was definitely a good villain. He ended up showing up in Legends, the Legends of Tomorrow.
Shit.
Was it guy kind of like a little magic or something, and like Arrow had to summon a little magic to beat him.
Was it Dark? Damien Dark or something?
Damien Dark. Damien Dark,
yeah.
They kind of peaked. It was like, that no way he could beat him that way. But then they came back was when they had the dude that was in She-Hulk. Because he killed everything.
Oh, yeah. That motherfucker.
Adrian Chase.
Yeah, Chase was a problem, bro.
Adrian Chase. I wish they didn't even come back after that season. Right?
Like, yeah, that's the thing, right?
Where it could have ended. Because shit was like, whoa, what just happened, man?
He kind of just ran out of writing after that, bro.
Yeah,
Adrian they did Chase catch a pocket, bro, with Chase.
That was a good one. Damien Dark. I felt like they kind of jumped. They was like, it wasn't a good one. Who was the season 1 villain? Because that Deathstroke one was good. They killed his moms. Then they had Damien Dark. Then they had I don't even remember who. I think Adrian Chase was the last one because I think they completed the circle of the 5 years he was on the island. Right. That completed that one. And that was like, because I think he killed everybody, the baby mama and a couple of people. We didn't kill everybody, but like shit hit the fan on that island, and the son's mother got killed and all this and all that.
Man.
Wow. Well, I can't remember who, but at the end of the day, my point being, that little run they had, and then when they got to the point where they were doing, Malcolm Merlin, the one that was the other Errol Archer, had his son, because I think even in that last season,
he's for the all black, right?
Because it was his sister's father. The little sister he had ended up being her father for real.
Merlin was his best friend, wasn't he?
Merlin was his father's best friend. His son was his best friend.
Played by John, because he was in Doctor Who, man. Oh, he was a great villain, bro.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, Merlin was a good ass villain, bro.
First couple years, Arrow, man. Like that was
Merlin was a good ass villain, bro.
He was a really good one. Failed the city. Yeah, he was. Malcolm Merlin was nice.
Man, Merlin was fucking people up, bro. I think the son died, right?
Son passed away in that building.
Like never came back.
Yeah, but then it's like he had like dreams about him and all this and all that.
Yeah. Damn, Merlin was a good ass hero. I mean, villain, man. And he had the all black.
Was 3. Yeah. So Damien Dark must have been 4. Yeah. And then Adrian Chase was I believe Adrian Chase was 5. I'm just gonna go with that. Damien Dark was 4. So yeah, it went with so when it went Merlin to Ra's al Ghul. That was long story short, just that little run. So yeah, I'm gonna give the final season some whatever, like as I see like what episodes are available.
Smoke probably coming back,
Yeah.
Felicity.
Yeah, Smoke gotta come back.
Smoke gonna come back, yeah.
Smoke gotta show up. I think I even saw where they had the little dude, like the sister gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
sister got to show up. So,
they never should have got rid of. They never should have got rid of Arrow, bro. Like it's easy to say now, I know, but there was really no reason to stop Arrow. I mean, they had run out of the stories to tell, but you didn't have to get rid of Arrow. They should have figured out a way to like, I don't know, put him on another team or something, or have him.
Yeah, it's because when you go too deep that way, the way they did it, it was like y'all talk about writing. It was like being lazy about it. Probably was like you could, even if you have him leave the show or leave, like he was going, but like not him, like actually pass, because now we about to have him running through time and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be some wild shit. Because he died, and he was the. What was his
monitor? He was, like, he had some kind of name with that.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah,
he was some. So the problem, and now you find out, because we find out now, bro. CW been losing money from like the jump. You know what I mean? They've been like a loss leader.
Yeah,
forever now. You know what I mean? So You know, Stephen Amell probably just, hey man, can I get a little bit more money for showing up for 24 episodes for 12? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I make some type of money for never seeing my family ever?
Yeah, I gotta be up in Vancouver the entire
living
time.
in Canada, you know what I mean? Fucking eating whatever shit they eat in Canada for the last. He from Canada. He probably was like, I'm tired of living here, bro.
I'm in LA now, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
my
cool,
family
man.
in LA, man. My wife from there. Hey man, can I get paid a little bit more? And they probably was like, it's no. Like we're a lost leader. This whole network is, but other than that, man, I mean, they probably shouldn't have. But this is the end, bro, right?
Oh,
like,
this is the
end. Like there's no more DC on TV.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give them their flowers.
In terms of CW, you know,
I'm gonna give them their flowers because you could get into whatever you want to get to later and be like, oh, it was this, it was that, or the CGI, it was all facts.
Yeah.
For that little pocket, though, it was kind of the same time, but really kind of but maybe run concurrent with the Netflix shows for Marvel, but they really wasn't MCU. That little Arrow stuff they had, that Arrowverse, that little pocket took care of me for hell. I felt like for a minute it was probably even like, I won't say carrying it, but it was a good thing for Netflix that they had those on, because that's when you could really watch it. Like when it was on Netflix, you could watch. They was going there, right? And it was like when it was like some of the early licensed TV stuff that they had, right? But then they had that situation where you can actually get it, and they would show up on Netflix like 7 days after the season ended. You didn't even have to wait until like. Remember, you have to wait months for Netflix. Like if a season ended, it'll be like some months before that shit showed up.
Yeah,
and like CW was the first one to have it. Like before Netflix had original programming, where like the season to end and then the entire season to be available.
That's how I got into it.
That's how I got into it.
Yeah, that's how I got into
Netflix.
It. I was like watching this shit, like man. Then I started watching the seasons as they was happening every week.
Yeah,
you like.
Man. It was a good time, man. I'm gonna give them their flowers. Like I said, I'm gonna watch the thing. I'm like, it's easy to, and it's trash now, but for that little time, so I'm gonna give them like watching and then seeing Arrow and all them. Like they got Wally West in there too.
Oh yeah, he flipped out, man, didn't he? I think like what happened to the actor, man?
Probably just like you said, like
he flipped out or something.
I'm on the show. I'm a regular. Can I get run me my coin?
Hey, bro, can I make some money? Yeah. Like, can I get something? I mean, I'm in Vancouver every day. Like,
you know what? We're gonna go ahead and write you out. We're gonna put you on Legend for a little minute and then get you on up out of here.
Show keep going, bro. Because he should have been a great character, man. Bro, Wally West. Man, I don't know what happened, bro. Yeah, that's kind of like the what hurt the Flash. I think ultimately is that they was not able to really, like, he wasn't able to pass the torch the same way that Arrow passed the torch to him, right? Like there was no, like, they had Supergirl, which kind of just flamed out, and then they had Batwoman that just completely just crashed.
Yeah, it was dead on arrival.
Yeah, once the actress got injured, I mean, that was kind of like it for that show. Plus, it wasn't the most popular show.
Yeah,
but
like the best one they probably had, and they didn't like. I bet they thought it was gonna go Arrow, Flash, Supergirl. But realistically, the better show. I never watched Black Lightning, Paul. So
I did.
So I don't want to put that.
I did watch the first season. I did. I watched the first season.
I really was. Some people told me but I never really got into it because I was already kind of started coming on the other side. Like I can't keep it. It was 25 shows. Like I can't keep it. I ain't got that much time. But the better show of those that they had was actually Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. But they didn't really run with that when they was, like you said, Supergirl, Batgirl, and all this and all that. But really, the better show was Legends of Tomorrow. They had better stories. They had better.
Yeah.
People had to deal with things.
Way more
and it fit seamlessly for whatever reason. Even though they was time traveling, it fit seamlessly through their universe with the Flash and with Arrow because they had characters from both shows.
Yeah.
Kind of on there, kind of rejects from their shows that were on there, and it just fit better.
Yeah.
But they And they got run. Like I say, I had to fall off of that one too. I got a couple years out of that one when it was all once they started to the point like, hey, they season not gonna start until like February. It was like, well, I know it's on its last leg. I think the last time I even watched the Legends was when that because it was a bad crossover event. That last one when Oliver died, but their season premiere was one of those crossover shows, and it was like, well, y'all supposed to have a show. Your season's supposed to lead into that, not start your season with that. But they was only last leg. They
had some strong characters though, bro. Like they had a few standouts in there. Like old girl, I can't remember what was her name. Was it White Canary?
Yeah, it was White Canary.
She had the all white. White.
Yeah. What was her?
She was dope.
Let it start with an L.
I can't remember, man.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
She was dope though. Yeah.
Dinah's sister, man.
Yeah.
She was dope, man. She was a nice little character. She was the leader. You know, she pretty much became like the de facto leader after. Old boy just left the show, bro.
Yeah, they got him up out of there.
Yeah. Rip Hunter.
Yeah, they got Rip out of there.
Rip got up. Yeah.
I think they tried to bring him back for a little bit. They tried to bring
the
Rip
actor
back
was like, nah. He was like,
this ain't gonna work. He saw that check.
He was like, wait, how many? Like, I did 36 episodes though.
Yeah.
Damn. 10,000 for real?
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was something
they weren't getting paid. Yeah.
Rip wasn't with that one.
Rip was like, man, I'm out of here, man. So
they put him in they
basically
put him in the TVA version of that show.
Yeah.
And he was on there, and then he was out.
Yeah. He was kind of like, that was a dope character while it lasted, but he disappeared, and then they had like what was the one dude name? He disappeared too, though. The dude with the freeze gun, Captain Cole.
Yeah, they killed him off.
They killed him off, man. He
Prison Break
guy. Yeah. He black, man. You know that, right?
I didn't know that for real.
That's some black dude. Yeah.
Oh snap.
Yeah, they showed him like when he grow his hair out.
Yeah.
He got a fro, bro.
I didn't know that.
He mixed. Yeah,
I make it worse when they killed him off.
Yeah, right.
He made the ultimate sacrifice.
Got him up out of there. Yeah. So he gone. But the point I'm making is they start having problems with keeping people, man. Like it just never was going. They never could sustain anything because you couldn't keep you couldn't keep the great characters. The dude who was Superman, Brandon Routh, that was kind of like a comeback for him. He was a great character, even though he was like a fake Iron Man. And this character was kind of goofy, but other than that, I'm talking about outside of the suit, he was a good character. Funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he left. He had to get up out of there. So they couldn't keep anybody around, man.
Yeah, I bet if they this is a transition to this last topic about to talk to, but I bet if they look back on it, I bet they wish they could have been like, man, we could have, if we came out like now, we could have been like on HBO Max.
Yeah,
right. We could have got that HBO, even though HBO got a bunch of changes, but like if like they could have had that kind of now.
That's a good point.
Right. If they could have, and then have some HBO and HBO budget, right. And then do it in a way where there only been 10 episodes instead of the 25 they was doing.
Right.
Things of that nature, right? Were like they was early in terms of like no, I don't want to say that. They was good for the time it was.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna give it his flowers for his last little.
I'm with you, yeah. I'm gonna give it his flowers.
Because I was there.
Yeah, and I really did enjoy the beginning.
Though, like we could have damn if we could have got that HBO, because even at the like Superman and them came too late and then too early for the show they doing, because it's like they started getting a better budget, but it's too late.
Too late.
Right, because they was getting like HBO budget, right?
And then you had not getting up all Superman villains on Supergirl.
They already did all that.
You can't just bring him in now.
And then he used like the same superhero, and we talked about this, that they kind of like sunned. Yeah. That wasn't the strongest Superman that they could have put out there, right?
Nah, bro.
Like they had both Supergirl and Arrow kind of sunning him.
Oh,
so it was
that
like
pissed me off, bro.
They did, especially for that. If you're gonna do it, you gotta have a different character, right? Like
that was a bad move.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, if you would have brought Batman in, who's Batman gonna fight? Bro, you don't fall Deathstroke, you don't fall who's not Green Arrow's villain.
Yeah.
But
Ra's al Ghul.
Good for the show. Yeah, Ra's al Ghul's not really green.
But you were the first person to say that to me. I was like, oh man, Arrow. He was like, yeah, I like it, man, even though they kind of stole Batman's swag. And I was like,
bro. Yeah.
Damn, they did, didn't
they did, bro. They stole it all, bro.
They took his
had everything but the Batmobile, man. The green Arrow mobile, the Arrow mobile, the green mobile. Yeah, everything, man. Yeah, the bike, all that shit. All that shit was
he's basically that. But kind of transfer. I always wanted to ask you this question. I want to talk about the Bad Batch real quick. Okay. We have to just kind of like initial thoughts about it.
Yeah,
but you know what I always thought about? Kind of I thought about this question, and it's silly, but like in finishing up the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then you start seeing people who survive Order 66 or whatever. And then you just start thinking about the people that would have been around, like even once we get to like early New Hope, right? Around that time. Got Obi, got Yoda, Ahsoka. Let's just run down the list. Bail, you know what I'm saying? Just like people that was around early.
Yeah.
I wonder when you watch the Clone Wars, even Anakin, right?
Yeah.
Thinking about even the people that made it past the Death Star blowing up and the second Death Star, I wonder if when they sit down, they be like, hey man, we had a good ass time. We had a good ass time. You get what I'm saying? Because none of the cities, none of the things, like correct me if I'm wrong, but like I don't even recall seeing anything because it was a lot of rebuilding, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they didn't even really show us that in the sequel trilogy. We've seen like these like epic places again. Like how many epic places when you watch the Clone Wars, even episode 1, 2, and 3, and the Clone Wars, like Mandalore.
Facts. How
beautiful in its animation, but like how beautiful Mandalore is.
Yeah.
How what's that city? What's that country? Felicia. Like when you see how beautiful, even though people was getting shot in Order 66, but every time they went there, it was gorgeous, right?
Oh man, that was a beautiful planet, bro.
And all the fun they was having, even though they was going against them clankers and all that stuff. But I always wondered, like when they think back, like, hey, man, I know it went bad.
Yeah,
but I give anything to go back to that time. Like they have good memories about that time because
I think that's hinted
really
at.
Came back.
Yeah, no, I think that's hinted at in like books, but I also you can kind of believe that, just in the first movie. And I know it's like, if you just think about like how Obi-Wan talk about the Clone Wars, like he talk about the good times.
It was a twinkle in his eye. What
before the dark times? I think that's
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah,
before the dark times.
Before the dark times,
even when he talked about his weapon, like for a more civilized age.
Yeah. He that's a good point, man. I think that's an actual part of the story, man. Is like, hey, man, this used to be a lot better than this. You know what I mean? Because like Star Wars is almost like a Western in that way. Like it's like you ever look at a Western like that take place after the Civil War or like after the, you know what I mean, American Indian War. You know what I mean? Like, so it's almost like this idea of like, man, we rebuilding. This used to be a lot better. You always felt that in watching the original trilogy, like, damn, man, the world look all old and beat up and used. You know what I mean? Like that's like a known thing. It's like the used universe, or what they call it, the a lived in universe. I forgot what they call it, the lived in
universe.
But I think that is a factor.
It's not like in Mandalorian, it's been picked up.
Yeah, no,
right? They still got AT. They got old. They just repurposed old ATs and pulled out the But like that Moncala planet, like when they was in the water, like you just start seeing things like that, and you like I always watching the Clone Wars. I just always think about that, like, and you see the people who made it. Like, I wonder if they be like,
they need to have an episode like that. Yeah,
he was in that cave. He was like, "Whoo, hey man, we down bad," and we had the wool pull over our eyes, right?
Yeah.
Damn, we was doing it big then, man.
Bro, we got some good times.
Hey, man, that's probably the shit he was missing about Anakin. Like, all the shit we did, man. When he
was a good pilot. You know what I mean? Like, bro, Because that's the thing, bro. Like he was like these was adventures, bro. Like they was going on, they was like heroes, bro. They wasn't just monks sitting in the temple just waiting around for shit to happen, man. Bro, they was the shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, like there's like a thing in bro, in the books, when Luke rebuilt the Jedi Order, bro, when a Jedi show up, because they all follow Luke's template in the book. All the Jedis, they got an X-wing, they got the little suit on, they got they got the all black, and they got a lightsaber.
Okay.
Like he when he rebuilt the order in the books, they all follow after him. So all Jedis are like him. You know what I mean? They can fly X-wings, they saving people, they jumping off. So when a Jedi show up, bro, it's like, damn, man, that's a Jedi right there, bro. Look how he walking in. So you gotta believe that, man. When them dudes was like, man, when them dudes meet up, that's what we missed in the sequel trilogy, man. It's like them sitting down and being like, hey, bro, we was on Yavin, bro. Bro, remember we was on Yavin? Nigga, I got a medal. Remember I got that medal, remember? Chewie ain't get one? Shit, Chewie ain't get shit. Chewie, you still ain't got a medal.
Yeah.
Man, like, yeah, that's a good point, bro. I would love to see that in one of these episodes. Filoni should put that together, man, where they just sit around and reminisce about the good times, bro, about the
because even they was going through it, it was getting, but like them was the good times.
Yeah,
I'm sure like if we go into the old Republic, the High Republic, like all that, cool, great. And we haven't ventured there, through film and media, right? And I'm sure, but I'm saying like the stuff we've seen, film and media, I'm sure because like they had because they had a good time, man.
Yeah, bro.
Food was good. They were showing up in the diners like, oh yeah, it's on the house for a Jedi, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
they had all the equipment, like the what they had. They was, even though they was bankrupting the Republic, but like the stuff they was flying around in the Ventress, not Ventress, but the what's the ship called? Start with a V. You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking
the precursor to what they started. Star Destroyers, or at the end of the day, like I was thinking about that just watching the Clone Wars, and when I got to the end and you watch the Mandalorian, you watch these different things, like damn, they never, even after they won, and then I know this early, but it's still like 5 years, and we just ain't got there. But every place we go ain't popping like. We ain't even gotta say Coruscant. You could say any other area. Just throw a dart, name an area from the prequel era, and it was popping.
It's popping, bro.
Even when the separatist communities that they had, popping. Every place was popping.
That's a great.
The only place that wasn't popping was Geonosis, but they were making the Death Star. Like for them, it was popping though.
And really, Camino, but even Camino was popping. Even though it was raining outside all the time, it was popping. And a little man, like Boba house, Django's house.
But Django was doing it.
That shit was, man.
He was like, "Oh, I'm cool here." Like slave, all that slave one, young and clean, like it was popping, man.
Yeah, man, it had a real clean look, man.
It was.
That's George Lucas, bro.
It was popping, man. That's why I was like, I don't know why that wasn't but that's my thought when I had watching the Clone Wars, like a bunch of other things. But speaking of that, we'll touch on this real quick. We won't spend too much time on it. It's early in the season. It's late at night. But we talked about this offline, and I ain't gonna go too deep in my conversation. One of the things I said to you before we started talking was that I would come to Star Wars animation. I'm really glad that I watched Rebels before I watched anything else, because the two other properties that they got are superior to it, and I would have hated Rebels if I had watched just animation, beyond the storytelling, just the animation style.
Just look way.
I wouldn't have been able to appreciate Rebels as much as I do. Right? If I had watched Rebels first,
especially that last season compared to Rebels,
that last season of Clone Wars.
Man. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the last season of Clone Wars. Oh my god!
Right? Was she talking to Yoda and them?
Oh man!
Was she talking to Yoda and them? And then, and she didn't want to tell him what Maul had said about Skywalker. And then Order 66 happened. And then Rex looking at her with the tears in his eyes. Go get fives. You almost want to shed a tear when he said,
"Oh man,
contact 5." I'm like, it did, bro. You know, I hadn't watched the last season of Clone Wars when I watched Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah,
that episode, the one I did like, I don't want to say I liked it, but I liked the least. That episode 5 hit so much harder once I finished watching.
Oh, which one?
When Anakin trained her.
Oh yeah,
on how to defend herself, and then you watch her and then they walk when he walk him out, and I hadn't seen it in the Clone Wars yet. So I'm like, that must be Order 66.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And then you watch it. Oh man,
that episode,
bro, what she had to go through,
so much better now.
Man. She had to get out of there, and then when she told him, like, when she had that speech with him, like, listen. No, listen, I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, it's a lot going on right now. These men might not make it out of here, but she's like, I will not kill.
I'm not gonna be the one to kill him.
I'm not gonna be the one to kill him. I was like,
she took his helmet off. He got a tear in his eye.
Tear in his eye, bro.
Oh shit, that made so like watching stuff like that, and then ending it with that. I saw something, a meme came across, or not a meme, but it was just like a little reel that came across.
Yeah.
And they just played that melody when they were standing outside with the helmets.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And that little piano melody.
Yeah.
And it was like, what's your first reaction to that melody? And then you know instantly what it is because it's that, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's when, if you know, you know.
That's one of my favorite scenes, bro.
That's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, it's beautiful.
He's standing there, man, looking around, and he realized, and then he pick up the lightsaber. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Say.
He looked at him. Yeah.
And he realized the cost of that shit, what he lost, that in his mind at that time, he thinking, I lost her too.
The Morad flown around, the owls.
Yeah,
shit.
And then you look up
like so, but like
everything, yeah.
Leading that into, so I finished that up so that I can watch Bad Batch, and I wanted to be ready for season 2. Like, okay, look, I'm just want to get. So I hadn't watched Bad Batch, so I finally finished Clone Wars. Got finished with that one. Went right into, because you told me, you was like, hey man, you did a rewatch recently, right? You were like, Bad Batch got an incredible Order 66. Like, they ordered that intro to come in of Bad Batch.
Yeah,
it's really, up there.
The shock and the horror of Order 66, I think, really hits.
So I'm like, oh, okay. This I'm here. And then it's just a beautiful how they did it. Like, even when it started, I just found out, because I like the narrator guy, but I just found out I think it's Tom Kane, but I think he had a stroke. That's why he don't do none of them anymore.
Oh, the
narrator voice guy
for Clone Wars,
and he did the first voice,
the old timey, like 1940s voice, like General Skywalker.
I think he was even Yoda. I think he did that. And he did Yoda or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I think he had he couldn't. You know what I mean? Shout out to him though. But like,
man,
that was dope to hear that in the thing. Because at first I thought that was corny, and then I was like, nah, this is tight. I like this.
Nah, that's
meanwhile, the separatist community, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with that.
That's how George wanted it to be. He wanted that to be like that universe's version of World War II. That's what he wanted. He just wanted it to be like this war. I thought, I was like, you got used to that. Yeah. At first you like, and then it's like over time you're like, nah, that shit live.
Yeah, but just to get into this Bad Batch, what I thoroughly enjoyed season 1. Like, I actually thought I was gonna sun Bad Batch, right? I was gonna sun the Bad Batch, and I thought I was gonna sun the kind of dynamic they had with the young girl. I thought I was gonna sun it, like, oh, they gonna but you start seeing like what, and it's two things, and I'm gonna let you talk, and we can finish this in a little bit.
Yeah.
One thing finishing that, I thought the dynamic, they're just seeing the world post Order 66, but not just from the Jedi standpoint.
Yes.
Right. Because it impacted the Jedi was scattered trying to figure out what they how to survive. But you have people like, what are the we just watched all the clones, right? We watched all this, and then now we got to see where does everybody fit into this? right? Because it's changing quick. And then you and I, because we know how it ends. Right. So we seeing it like, oh, this is how Tarkin doing this, and they done brought this. The Empire's starting to get their foot in kind of how they want to make noise, how they want to move, right? And then we can see even with the clones where they can start to notice. We easily see it through the narrators being the Bad Batch, like, yo, something ain't right.
Yeah.
Right. This ain't it. Something ain't right, but we can see it even though we know the answers. And then like where I would have been a hater before, we're like, okay, they're gonna make this like just a father and son kind of father and daughter kind of show. We can go through that. And there's a lot of elements to that, but and I it's cool. But like there's also other stories happening behind that. Them trying to find a way. They got the Crosshairs, who even though he took out his chip, he good soldiers follow orders to the end, right? To the end. They run into, we see Rex, and that episode where they had to go get Wrecker's chip out. And Rex know like, no. So like, you ain't got your chip, y'all ain't got your chip out?
Oh,
you start going for the heat, like right? Like, you ain't got your chip out?
Hey.
Wait, what? Everything was cool until he knew that.
Yep.
Those little moments, and then seeing Topoka City get blown up.
Oh man,
I'm like Cat Bane showing up, but the city get blown up, and you like, because you wonder in your head, like, I didn't read the books. I don't got the books. I don't have that in my repertoire yet, and I say yet, right? So it's like I don't know. I don't have any I know it can't be around anymore, but what happened? Right.
Nah, I didn't like even that though. I didn't. Yeah. I can't say that I've read enough Clone War era books. So
So seeing that, it's like boom. So like, okay, cool. I'm ready for season 2. I'm ready for season 2. Right. Like what do we got? Because the one thing I think that was good that happened, and I don't know if you feel the same way. I don't know how much of the show you watched. I'm so glad Andor came out. Yeah. Because you know what Andor made me do? Andor made me pay attention more than just like I like looking at the Empire, and I like seeing. I'm fascinated by the Empire right now, but like more on the officer kind of admiral kind of level, right? Because you start seeing because then you can even see, even though it takes a long time to me, you can start seeing where it possibly could start having cracks, right? Because these not the people that was in the mud. These even people that's trying to get on top of each other, make moves, and they never even probably been in a battle, right? Like for real, they wasn't in the Clone War battles, right? They wasn't fighting for the Republic.
War,
They just came in probably once we got to get some new blood in here, right? And they coming in with like foot on the neck kind of mentality, but they don't really know how to do that. So you start seeing that in these couple episodes, and I text you in the first episode. I was like, man, between Jedi, Tales of the Jedi, and this, what they've been doing for Dooku is beautiful, right? Like, like the depth they give him Dooku, right? Like, and I started even thinking in my mind, like, hey, man, probably a lot of the early rebellion were separatists.
Yeah.
Because they already were doing that. They could see they already had a thing that they wasn't trying to be part of the Republic because the Republic was corrupt, like for different reasons, right? It's like
great point.
You had different things out there. So you start seeing like they start going at the different separatist faction. They run up on Saul. They got these different things, and it's like, well, that was season 1. But season 2, they try to go after Dooku's war chest. That's how little girl said. The war chest. They trying to get his stuff, and it's like
trying to go after her war chest.
That war chest.
War chest. It's our war chest.
But seeing that they got how they trying to navigate in this early environment, but they like I find it fascinating. I'm saying a lot of words, but that third episode,
or the second episode, was it second?
No, third episode.
Oh shit! Are we on the third episode?
Before I start talking. So they had a 2-part season. They had a season premiere. There was
third
2 episodes.
Third episode.
Then they had the third episode.
You're right.
The solitary clone, I think.
The second episode is the one with Cody, right?
That was the third episode.
Okay, that's the third episode.
So it was a 2-part intro. So you can look at it as one. They gave us 2 episodes in the first drop. Second week was the third episode.
With Cody.
With Cody.
Yeah, we on the same page. Yeah, go
with
ahead.
Cody. Right. And I was like, seeing that Empire, that Imperial officer who was, you could see in the beginning when he was clearing his throat, like he really wasn't about this action.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he was tough as hell at the end.
Yeah.
Execute her.
Yep.
And this kind of, and then you seeing them go to work, right? They went to work. It was like Clone Wars. They went to work. But seeing them come out, seeing them come out the end, those conversations that Cody having, and I'm going to ask you this question. It seemed what Cody was having with Crosshairs, trying to feel him out, but you could tell Cody when it's like, I got to get up. Nah, this ain't it for me.
Nah, Cody done, bro.
But what makes me nervous, everybody made a big deal. I don't say everybody. Some people on the internet made a big deal that was Cody and that was the clone that was in the Obi-Wan show. God forbid. I hope that wasn't Cody. I hope that was just a clone.
That was a clone.
Oh, that's Cody. Because, that's, Cody's, I ain't telling you. Cody is Kenobi's man's.
He shot him down. But yeah.
He shot him down.
He's the first one. He said, take him out. Fire on that. Yeah. But that's because he had the chip in his head.
The chip. But it's like, but through the Clone Wars,
that wasn't Cody, bro. Cody would have got up and been
Cody, because I don't even want that to be the story after what I just seen.
Yeah,
I don't even want that to be the story. I hope that's not. I hope they're not telling us that what was in that dude that was in. My bad.
Filoni wouldn't let that happen though.
That was the clone that was banging. It was the such and such clone down there in the Kenobi show.
That was just a clone.
But man, I just I don't want to do the thing when we watch or with the Bad Batch or some of the stuff like, well, I like this so I didn't like that episode. I didn't like this episode. I like that episode. Just it's been surprisingly good for me. Like better than even what I thought it was going to be like from a storytelling standpoint, or just even what they tried to, because you could tell they're gonna have to get into the fight, and it's a couple. That's why I don't think Echo gonna make it out. I don't know how all of them ain't gonna make it out, right?
No,
I just don't know how many seasons they going with.
So I don't think any of them gonna make it.
Yeah, so I don't know how many seasons
they want their rebels. With this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
I think they're gonna go out in a blaze of glory.
I don't know how many seasons they going to. Is this the final season? Or are they going third? Yeah. But they already letting me know, because Echo talking that noise like, we got to do more. We got to do more. Echo ain't making it out this season.
Nah.
Echo ain't gonna make it out, right?
Heroes
like, we gotta be out here. We gonna have to fight, because right now they basically bounty hunters or whatever. Like, you're not even on that level.
Man,
they just mercenaries, right? They just low level mercenaries. But they're gonna be forced to scrap. And then you got this piece of shit Imperial officer, who really trying to act like they not even. I don't even know what this, because he got another clone that knows. I'm not the clone, but Crosshairs know they alive too. He killed the one clone for not falsifying the report. Wilcox. Pause. But him and Crosshairs, but maybe because Crosshairs is nice, that he ain't off him. Right.
Yeah. I feel like Crosshairs. I'm with you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. That's a good point, man. I think, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm enjoying it. And even going back to when I first watched it, and I think when I first recommended it to you, I had sort of saw it like playing on the TV. I was at that Star Wars store.
Yeah.
And they was playing it, and I'm like, damn, man, maybe I need to go back, because I know I had started it at first, and I tried to get through the first episode, the little two-parter. And I was like, man, I'm
talking about season 2.
Yeah, I'm talking about season 1 when I was
season
so, and I remember going back, and then I watched it. Now we in season 2. I enjoyed season 1, especially the beginning and the end.
The beginning and the end was really dope, wasn't it?
Really dope, man. The way they started and ended the season, and the season was dope too. And it's coming back for season 2, the two-parter. It was pretty good. I actually enjoyed this third episode the most so far.
I did too.
Like, and it really doesn't feature the Bad Batch. It's more about Crosshair and Cody, and seeing Cody come back and seeing the obvious conflict within them. You're like, man, because you wonder about Cody. You wondered about Cody. Cody just kind of disappeared after the Clone Wars. You see Cody in the movie, bro. Like Cody is
Cody in the movie.
Yeah, like Cody's in a very important clone. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Hey, you dropped this, sir.
Yeah,
like, giving, and then him getting to always do it. He like, you turn around. Execute order 66. Sure, sir? Yeah, execute order 66. Okay.
Do like the people be in the store, like
fire all that.
What'd you say? What'd you say, my lord?
Order 66? Fire on Kenobi. What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
he just do that. He was also
right there. So
Cody was in the movie.
Yeah, Cody was in the movie, man. So I really enjoy seeing the dynamic between Cody and Crosshair, man. Seeing them go back and forth. And then Cody eventually going AWOL at the end, which that opens up a new chapter. Like, damn, what is Cody gonna be out here doing? Because I don't think Cody was in Rebels, was he?
Cody wasn't in Rebels.
Cody
was Wolf, Rex, and God dang it.
So we don't know where Cody gonna go, bro. Because in Cody's mind, he like Cody ain't really forgive the Jedi. He just kind of was like, damn, man, we ain't got no more like honor no more. Because he kind of made a little bargain with the girl. Like he was for real. He wasn't trying to trick her. He was just like, you know what? Let's put the guns down. You know what I mean? You
for your people.
Yeah, these for your people. We trying to do this without as little bloodshed as possible. And this is where the Empire element come in, right? Like the scumminess of it, where they like, oh, you let him go. He like, oh, nah, shoot the executor. Crosshair just don't know how to be anything else but a soldier. He just like, but he's a good villain, man. He's a good villain.
Talking about Crosshairs?
Yeah, Crosshairs.
Yeah. He got a little depth to him, don't he?
And deep down inside, I feel like Crosshair, he know that those are his brothers. He don't really want to kill him, but he just don't know. He don't know any other way. What was he made? He understands what he was made for. He was made to be a soldier. He was made to follow orders, and he just following orders, man. Omega, I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with that, but
because like, what do you do with her?
Yeah,
you gonna offer, right? Because you're gonna offer, and then like, I'm still waiting on the shoe to drop. Like, is she force sensitive? Like, we just going with the fact that she's
that's what it seemed like,
Boba, right? Like it seemed like old girl, the cloning one that they kept at the season end. She could do more things than just make clones. Yeah. Like it was because they killed every other ones, right? And why was she so particular? I just knew at the season finale we was gonna find out that she was force sensitive. Like they was able to give her the force or something. You get what I'm saying? Like it felt like everything was leading up to that to me, right? I'm not saying that they purposely was doing that. That's how I took it. Like
I can see her popping over the lightsaber by the end of the season,
something like that. And it's like, well, what do we do? Like, are we gonna really off her because they don't make it, right? Muscle ain't gonna make it. They couldn't even make it because they gonna be old as hell.
They're gonna age out. Yeah. Like look at them. Yeah, they'll age out. Cause look at the clone in Obi-Wan, man. He was done. Like he couldn't. And then look at Rebels, like Rex and them was old, bro. They ain't had no hair. Like they
Rex
was
in this show. He doing his thing. And in 15 years, he fat as he chunky, he husky. His team, they done.
They made like that, right? Like they have to be like that. Like they have to only us. And this was I remember this was in the original EU. There are a few clones who can live past, like they don't have the advanced aging process. Some of them, just like Bad Batch, and now Bad Batch, they might not have it because some of these clones live long. They live regular lives. Like Boba's gonna live out to be like a regular, So some of them will live. Some of them could still be around in the Mandalorian era, right? But
Like, dude with his kids, man. Like, is he going? What is he like? Dude who had the kids, right? They showed him in this in season 1, but like, he was the deserter, right? And he had the kids. Like, he aged was you know what I'm saying? Like you got clone kids, and they gonna age fast. But I just wonder like what's gonna be the story with like how they gonna do like wow, because that's gonna sting a little bit because they're not gonna make it. But are they gonna get away and just let they be like?
But what is going to be the
soldiers? Go ahead.
What is going to be the what is going to be the reason for that sacrifice though? Because I think Amiga will survive, but I'm just trying to like what I just wonder, and I'm willing to wait. You know, I'm looking forward to just seeing how it develops, but I just wonder what's going to be their mission. You know, seeing as though they not going. I mean, we're not going to do a time jump to Rebels. So what part do they play in terms of, you know what I mean? Like what significance towards the Empire do they make, you know?
And the messed up part about that is just thinking out loud, it'll be for nothing. It won't make no impact. So like what kind of story can you like you say like it could only be a sad ending?
Yeah, because we knew, you know, we already got like, all right, who delivered the Death Star plans? We figured that out. Like who did this, and we know all these stories. What do we fit the Bad Batch in?
Yeah. What's the because all the other things, even like if you watch something like you say Rogue One, yes, they died, but it was for a greater. That was legit for a greater purpose. They got the Death Star plans over, right? Like, but like they do if Bad Batch. This is even 10 years before the Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
Let alone Rebels, right? So it's like,
right.
It was y'all was down bad. We see in Andor. They down bad, right? So and then they had the clone troopers show up in the Andor show. That's the people that killed his father, right? It was clone troopers that did that, right? Yeah. So this is around the time they was doing that. But I say all that to say, like, whatever their sacrifice is, it can only be for Omega.
And that's and if I had to
can't be for anything, like anything else they do won't mean anything at all, like at all.
Yeah.
Like even if they go save a community,
like
that community gonna be down bad in a minute because the Empire gonna take over.
I think they'll push her forward. It'll be to keep her going. And I think deep down, I think it's gonna have something to do with stopping the Empire from continuing some type of cloning process. You know what I mean? Like I think it'll be
they might need her
because that question is always going to be out there. It's like, well, why didn't they just go back to clones at some point? And it's like, and even you see it that season, they obviously was too expensive. They destroyed Camino, the facility on Camino, and they kidnapped they kidnapped her, but they took the lady. But I think the Empire does. I mean, and it's even proven in Mandalorian that they do continue to clone on some level.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's probably going.
But you remember I think they said that in the Bad Batch season 1 that they were starting to have issues with Jango. They wasn't really, it wasn't as pure. Jango's DNA that they were using wasn't as pure as it once was, right?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Like I think they threw that out there. They like, you know, with the thing we use from Jango, like it ain't really. We probably didn't got as much out of it as we possibly can, and she's a direct. Without them being able to go get Boba, she probably was bred for that, right?
That's true.
Like she's pure DNA as opposed to, you know, I'm whatever the best way to say, like her DNA is better than what if they snagged up Cody, right?
Yeah.
Like Cody is probably a cut down 10 times version of that, whereas like
they can't keep
hers is as direct as Boba's is, and they can't go get Boba.
Yeah, Boba out there, bro.
Without being able to get Boba. You know Boba's showing up.
Yeah, I think Boba gonna come through, school him real quick, and then, you know, I don't know where he at in his
I just hope, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, I hope it ain't no chump. I mean, because they got Boba. That's one thing clones didn't do good about. Well, he's
I was about to say that too. Yeah.
Golly.
Man, yes, you want to talk about I was pissed at Clone Wars for that. Like man, hold on, bro. He was like a kid, bro. And then all the other bounty hunters was kind of like, they was kind of like the other bounty hunters was all right, you know, like, but he show up and it's like, oh man,
remember they got to go get that package and they was on the train
Yeah.
Even when he had the buzz cut, like,
yeah,
oh, Boba, you still a crybaby, man. You still a crybaby. So he's a matured Boba.
You had Dengar and
man, you need to come up with that I need to get to that I am Boba Fett. I need to get to that moment, man. Like, I'd be nice to see that version of it. And he gonna come and see his sister or something like that. But I don't know. Like I said, it's hard for me to get into because I go with the assumption that they're not gonna make it. I also go with the assumption that even though it can never be as impactful, even it can never be as impactful in the Clone Wars because of what that meant, right? What it means. It just can never.
Yeah.
Nothing can never. So all the people who either passed or moved or whatever their outcome was, even though we knew it was going to happen, it could never for the stakes that was in, right? From the moment when they say Kenobi has engaged General Grievous, we know what's about to happen next. Like, it's over for everybody, right? Like, it's about to go down. So I don't know how many seasons of this they got. I'm just going with the assumption that it's gonna be a sad ending, right? Depending on how invested you are, because we don't. Where can you even if Omega lives, where can you place her in the future?
Yeah, you right.
Where can you place her, and we can just go with that, like.
Yeah.
You got to explain out there coming out the Sarlacc pit.
Where was she at all those years? And
we gonna watch Boba Fett season 2, and she gonna show up. You know what I'm saying?
They might do that. Yeah, they might.
They tuck her away, like, you stay here, you stay hidden. They may try to pull some, whatever they do, shit like that. Whatever they do. But long with the way of saying, hey, it's cool, man.
I'm enjoying it, man.
I'm nervous every time it's something Star Wars because I'm like, okay, when we gonna get to this, we know something Tridash about to happen.
Yeah.
So
starting to look like Alkalite is what.
Please don't let it be season 3 of Mando. Like
Tridash.
Like, let it be something else.
It's too much, bro. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much that's working right now. But I like this show, man. I like this show, bro, because we now have a clear line that we didn't have before. We didn't know what happened. Like, we see that little time jump when he show up and he find the helmets and he ignite the lightsaber and you see the thing flying in the air. But we didn't have a clear line of the immediate aftermath of Order 66. I'm talking about outside of Revenge of the Sith, right? Like, we don't know the immediate aftermath on the clones level of how they reacted to Order 66. We got that with Bad Batch. Finally, you know what I mean? We got that with the Bad Batch show. We know exactly, like, damn, man, this was messed up, you know what I mean? And these clones was kind of like wondering, like, damn, what the hell is going on? Like, you know, and to see how clones react towards a team like the Bad Batch, it's kind of cool, you know. So we now got that line where now we ain't got too much more of this space left, man. I don't know how much more they can get out of this gap between
the juice,
Clone Wars and New Hope. Like, bro, y'all don't squeeze. Yeah, you're right. They done squeezed all the juice out of it. It's like this is the last section. Because what else is there? You already done. You got 2 shows just on that Rebels era alone. You got 2 shows there. You got Obi-Wan, which was right before Rebels. You got Cal Kestis and Jedi Survivor. It's like, bro, how much time is left?
Oh, you can't. Yeah.
So what Cal's we don't know what happened. This, you know,
Cal is after this.
We don't know
Obi. Yeah. Cal's coming back after Obi. Then you got Andor and Rebels, right? And we got a whole period where it's all bad. So it's not even like a uprising to another downfall, like another civil war in between that time. It's all bad. This is about it. You know, like, okay, we got this early time, this immediately after 66. We got immediately after. We get to see how people reacting to the galactic empire. How does that and the third? Lady told him, like, y'all better try to get this paper because if you think the empire not gonna show up here, they'll be here. So get this paper while you can, so you can go, even though it never works out and trying to buy your freedom. You always gonna come across it. It never works. Andor found that out.
It's never enough.
You always something gonna happen. But this about it.
That's about it, man.
That's about it.
What else do we ain't got nothing left, man. After this, it's like y'all gonna have to. So watching the Bad Batch, we don't know. This is the last time I think we really don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know how their story is gonna end. We don't know what conflict they play a part in, or they were. You know what I mean? We don't know. We just
because they even showing the little Wookiee Jedi.
Oh yeah,
the panel, but he can't make it.
He can't make it.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Wookiee Jedi, bro. He stick out for obvious reasons. First of all, they on Kashyyyk, they enslaved all the Wookiees. They supposed to be enslaved. So
Cal had to come. Cal had to come in there, do some things, give him a salt.
Yeah, man. So you told me y'all got a Jedi, which was a thing back in the Old Republic, or the Republic and the Old Republic. It's been a thing throughout history, but it's like now
he was in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
He was one of those Padawans that had to go to the mountain and go get that crystal, right? Like he was one of them. Wow. I forget his name, but he was one of them.
Yeah.
So cool. Great. He ain't gonna make it.
Ain't gonna make it.
That's what I'm saying. So like all these the battles they win.
And if you telling me they gonna make it, then you starting to like, you gotta be careful with that, man. You can't be
careful with that. And this
you start running into the like, wait a minute, hold on. Where was these people at, bro? Because you kind of devalue their character, because you devalue the series overall, because you're like, wait a minute, bro. It's one thing, like, okay, Ahsoka was out there somewhere, but she was dealing with some Then you start telling me, there's it was a Wookiee Jedi out there the whole time. It's like, right,
you just can't keep making up. That's an incredible bail shot that they gave her.
Yeah,
like having her going through and then you're gonna have the world between worlds. Like, okay, woo.
Yeah,
to be able to sell that line, y'all really sold it to be able to say why Ahsoka wasn't around, right?
I get it.
But you can't keep doing that, right? And it's like, so, and I'm okay, and I'm definitely, and I want Dave know what he's doing, right? If anybody out here know what they're doing, is Dave. Like, if it wasn't Dave, I'd be really, really tripping. But all I'm saying,
don't tell me it was 6 Jedi just floating around.
I don't want it to end like Rebels, where like they gave us a little rundown, like Syndulla, she was in the battle of such and such. She was there. She fought in the battle of Yavin. They okay, cool, whatever. Yeah. They made canon. They put Rex canon in the. They just replaced one old man that was in the picture in the battle, saying that's really was Rex. Okay, cool, great. Kanan died. They even shot another bill getting Ezra going away with Thrawn.
Threw him on.
You can't say that Ezra was here.
You can't.
So. Like now we got to have sad endings. And I don't think Star Wars not afraid to do that, right? It's Star Wars, right? A lot of times this time is a sad ending. So y'all, it's cool that y'all introduce them and it's great.
But that scene with Yoda in Empire Strikes Back, when he when Return of the Jedi, which the whole movie is called Return of the Jedi because there's supposed to be no more Jedi. When he say, when I am gone, the last of the Jedi you will be. That's got to mean something.
Always got to mean something.
That's got to mean something, man. And you start telling me that there was there was like 4 or 5 Jedi out there just waiting. They didn't know where to. Nah, man, you take away from that scene, man. That's a great scene and a great line in the movie, man. He was telling them like, hey, bro, when I'm gone, bro, you the last of us, bro. You the last of an order that been around for eons. You know what I mean? Since the beginning, almost like, you for hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years, whatever it is. You the last one. When I'm gone, it's it. It's you and there's nobody else. You the last hope for this entire order to continue. That gotta mean something, bro. You can't tell me, oh no, but I mean, actually Luke wasn't the last one. It was, Cal Kestis was still out there, man. Like,
Cal gotta get murked.
Cal gotta die, man.
Cal, my guy, he gotta die. Oh, hey, man.
Cal, my guy, but he gotta die, man.
That's the greatest movie title of all time, bro.
That's the
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, bro.
I could imagine being 1983 and being like coherent enough to be like, oh, they called it Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, bro.
That's the greatest coming back. Title. But back to your line. Cal gotta get all. That's what I'm saying. We gotta, when this game come out, when I finish it, Cal gotta be dead. Mind you, I will lose my shit if he show up in Mando season 3. Cal gotta be dead.
Cal gotta die, bro. He better.
You know what I mean? Oh man, if Cal show up, Cal gotta be dead, man.
Cal show up, bro. That devalues that scene, bro. That devalues Return of the Jedi. Because it's like there's no point in calling it Return of the Jedi because it was not Return. The Jedi never left. It just be you will ruin that, bro. You got to be careful with that, man. You got to Cal has to die, or he got to fall into a pit somewhere, a portal or something, man. He got to do something, but he can't be around at the same time Luke was training, bro.
He can't be doing all that work that he doing because Cal putting in work.
Yeah.
Cal putting in work. He can't be putting all that work, and then you know what he say? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the saber down. Shit, Cal showing up like, he like, you know what?
Oh yeah, hold on. He said, "What he doing the trailers?" I'm saying, BD.
He can't do that.
BD, you see this?
Hey man.
It's a good job right here. Hold on.
He was like, so you know, he had some spice when he did that, man, because he was lit. He was like, he had some of that what's that spice that Creep told Mando, like,
yeah,
need to go to the Twilight bath, get some of that spice, go to the Twilight bath. He was lit like
spice.
Fuck you, man. That's what I'm saying. As much as I want to see it, Cal got to be done, man.
Yeah, Cal got to die.
Cal got to be done, man. Like
you got one more game out of Cal.
Yeah, Cal can't be out here. As much as I would want to see that, but Cal can't be out here. I would if he show up in Andor, cool, and that's where he. But that fits the time. But he can't be in Mando. He can't be in Ahsoka. You know, unless that World Between Worlds thing is she start pulling people into the order. Like
even that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like she technically, when she popped up in Mando, it's like, wait a minute, hold on. You was alive during Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
the Jedi didn't go away
because like we know that they went looking for Ezra, but like, did you spend like
damn,
like your old master was out here killing, doing shit.
Yeah,
so. Was y'all just flying around looking for even like when you look at a Sabine standpoint, like, hey, Syndulla going through it right now. Like y'all the team, y'all not fighting.
Yeah. Nah, they just dipped on them, bro. I don't know, man. That's weird, man.
I'm lying. I'm lying because the end of Rebels was already after the second Death Star had blew up. Then they went looking for Ezra.
Yeah, they said when they leave, that's like, yeah. They said
that was already after the time.
That was, when they leave and she got on that, when she just got that staff and she got that hood over her head, that's after the war.
After the war.
Yeah, the war is over.
We thought retaliation was coming and it never came.
Where was Ahsoka at then?
Ahsoka during that whole time. Like, I know when he pushed her out, but did he push her back out to the hey, Dave, you got to explain some things to me because he pushed her out of there, and they said, well, no, he didn't push her, but when he pulled her, and then they was talking, he was like, come find me. But it looked like she went out the door, whatever realm thing she went out of, basically back outside the pyramid, right? Where she was fighting Vader, like literally the same time, right? She didn't like get pushed out of there and come back, and it's like she showed up, and it was after the damn Death Star had blew up. She still had those years to live through.
It wasn't working out against Vader either, bro. She was in it. She was in
there. Yeah.
Fight for her life there. But yeah. But
so,
man, I'm with you, man.
So it's like, but long with the way of saying, I don't know how this is gonna end. I'm gonna trust Dave and how he gonna end it, but then you just raised another question Dave got to answer. It was like, what the hell was Ahsoka doing all that time?
Man, where the hell was Ahsoka at, man? And then Yoda said, Yoda was probably meditating every night.
You know what they can say, though. You know what they can say. That? I am no Jedi. She was a Sith.
That's true.
They can say that.
And it will be factually true.
They could say that.
She was not
I don't
a Jedi.
think they just throw that in there.
Clones didn't know that. Clones ready to murk her out. You know what I mean?
He's trying to say, like, hey, she's no Jedi. We gonna get dinged for treason. You know how they talk.
Yeah, then you'll go down for treason. So technically, I guess it would be true. You know what I mean? On the technicality, I can rock with that. That's what I'm saying. Ahsoka is like the one,
and they said it a couple times too. They didn't just they threw it. They said it in the Clone Wars.
Y'all obviously wanted that. Y'all did that on purpose. They did it on purpose. Like
she gonna be around. So
more than likely, that was by order of George Lucas, where he was like, "Hey, she can't be. You gotta." Because George would do that, right? Like there was a in the books, in the original EU, and I hate to be the guy that keep bringing up the EU. My bad.
Oh, keep doing it because I'm telling you, when we get to Ahsoka, boy, I'm gonna be disgusting with mine.
But in the books, Han and Luke have two twins and they have a son. Their twins were Jason and Jaina Solo. And they had a son named Anakin. So
Han and
I'm sorry, who did I say?
Say Han and Luke.
I'm tripping. Han and Leia. They have a set of twins, and then they have a son named Anakin. So by the time the prequels rolled around, George came in and talked to the EU people like, "Hey, I'm about to do the story of Anakin. Y'all gotta." We can't have both. We can't do it. They killed Anakin. I'm not spoilers, I'm sorry, but they killed Anakin off in the books. Anakin, and he was a beast. Like he was like one of the most powerful Jedi. Like he was like destined to be like more powerful than Luke. They killed him off. So I think, I'm pretty sure George leaned in and was like, man, you can't have Ahsoka around the same time as Luke was. Like you gotta explain her away. You don't got to kill her, but I think Filoni, that being his favorite character of all time, was like, all right, we just make her not a Jedi, which is cool. I can live with that, but that's the only one, bro. You can't have Cal out there.
Bombing episodes and all that was really just like we didn't just write that to tell a story. This was our way of saying this is how we gonna explain why she would have been around later on.
We need her out of the order.
She's not in the Jedi. And then Mace made a point to say that, like, sorry, citizen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mace was a prick, man. Mace Windu was a prick, man. Hey, Mace Windu was a prick, bro.
Mace was a fucking prick.
And they've kind of gone out of their way to keep letting us know that he was a prick. When he was in Jedi, Tales of the Jedi, he was a prick.
Straight a-hole, bro. Asshole, bro. He was a man.
Dooku was a former Jedi. He could never. It's not in his nature.
He was man. You pompous mother. you pretentious.
Oh,
he couldn't do that. It's not his character. He basically told her, like, bitch, listen, you couldn't do that. It's not his character. You understand?
And Padme with the baby fro, like Padme had the baby fro.
You understand that? Your little pea brain, non-Jedi brain. You understand that they couldn't do that? Jedi don't do shit like that. It's not his character. You understand? You're talking about a Jedi. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth when you talk about a Jedi. He almost told her like that and shit. Like
she done got bombed. Her plane blew up. She got all this. I think it was Dooku. What?
He couldn't do that.
Not his character.
No, it's not his character. He's a Jedi.
And she knew it too, the way she looked at him like, you talking to?
I'm a fucking queen out here. I ain't no princess. I'm a queen. I got good sources that saying it was Dooku. Nah, he ain't got nothing. He just it's not his character.
It was the banking federation.
I know.
The banking clan tried to get you. He gave her some, like our intel says, man. You got how her intel better than yours, man.
It was better.
Your intel was shred ass. What'd you get it straight with Palpatine? Palpatine was like, I think it was the banking. Like he hit you with some of that, like it was the banking.
Have you ever heard the tale?
He probably tried to say that shit to Mace one day. Mace tried to really listen, like, no, tell me about it. It was a Jedi. It's not a story of the Jedi.
No, I don't want to hear it then.
He's a prick, man.
yeah, man. Mace was on some he had to stick up his ass, man. He was, that's how he is, man. Like, he couldn't possibly do that. It's not his character. Like, who you talking about? Dumbass princess.
In his mind, he said princess too. That's like that's when you know you son of somebody. Princess.
Come on,
princess. But I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. But again, enjoyable watch.